AskReddit by Pretend Stock Now. What's the most common lie employers tell their employees? If you just do this extra work until the other position is filled, you will be rewarded later. Any form of delayed comp should be treated as a lie. You may have heard some rumors that, insert bad thing here, is happening, but I'm here today to tell you that this isn't the case. In a lot of cases, management is not told layoffs are coming ahead of time. However, they might have information that points to layoffs coming. I worked at a big insurance company and my manager and his manager were asked to stay after 5 p.m. This is when they were told layoffs would be occurring the next day. They had been supplying information to upper management on critical employees and other metrics. A list was given to them to review to make sure no one critical was on it. Half of my team was gone by the next afternoon. We just don't have the money for that. Alternatively, your compensation is above average for your position even when it's clearly not. That you owe them loyalty. You don't. You are a number in SAP that costs money. Once you are replaceable or your skill set is no longer required, you're done. No matter your situation in life. My last role, people thought I was exaggerating when I told them about my manager. Then when I gave my 2 weeks notice via company email, I showed them where he texted me to tell me he deserves more respect than a 2-week notice and went on for a page worth of ranting. I'm sorry, but with wave after wave of layoffs, I was looking for an excuse to make a career change, and 2 weeks is more than enough. Especially when those who were actually laid off were told on a Wednesday that Friday was their last day. Hundreds of people, given 2 days notice. GFY is what I really wanted to say, probably can't use him as a reference anyway. We are like a family here. I've worked at a couple places that said this. This is not the norm. But I was treated better by them than my family. If it snowed, I could call in and say it was a powder day and all they wanted to see were my snowboarding pictures and stories of where I went, and they'd reimburse. Need a family day, no questions asked. I have a family emergency, and all they would ask if there was anything they could do, and if they could make company paid reservations for dinner at one of the nicer restaurants in the area. My mother out of state was ill. They'd buy the plane tickets and make hotel reservations, no cost to me. I was only expected to do my regular job, but they prided themselves on being family first. A rarity, but we'll never forget them for the generosity. Your job is safe. This in so many ways is, well, you get the picture. My company just lost its biggest client responsible for 46% of our revenue. They said we're all safe. But I already know we're fucked. We care about mental health. Nah, you don't want bad press or lawsuits. My employer insists they care about our mental health, so they bought a company-wide subscription to a mental health app. No, we do not get to delay any of our deadlines or duties to use it. When anyone mentions being burned out or taking a mental health day, we get scolded for not using the app. You know, since that will instantly cure our depression, anxiety, etc. If you make sacrifices for us now, we will reward you in the future. All they're ever gonna do in the future is ask for more sacrifices. As your sacrifices will be rewarded by more sacrifice, that makes sacrifice its own reward. We believe in work-life balance. My current employer, although having a lot of faults, really aces this one. They are very serious about work-life balance. To the point I've been called out for working past 5 p.m. We care about you. Or we value your opinions. Workload. Been at my current job for less than 4 months and my workload is already 2x what the manager said I'd be responsible for. Growth opportunities. Reasonable raises. HR is trustworthy. Good benefits. Fair equal pay. Favorites don't exist. Work-life balance of employees is valued by leadership. Leaders are screened for competency before being given their position. Leadership saying they'll advocate for your needs. Soft deadlines that are actually hard deadlines. End of year reviews are objective and non-biased. Self-appraisals matter. Where I work, management literally sits in a room and ranks everyone based on the way they feel and sets their rating for the year before self-appraisals are submitted. The whole process is a bit of a joke. At my previous gig, my end of year review usually brought some criticism based on something I knew nothing about beforehand. My manager had all that time to address it, warn me, coach me, help me out, didn't bother. Instead, I just got marked down for it. Flexible hours. Flexible based on their needs, not yours. Effective workers get rewarded. Yes, with more work. Everything is okay and there will be no layoffs. When you have worked in an industry for a long time, you start to see the signals. Most employers will lie right up to the day they let you go. I have seen it happen time and time again. One employer did 3 rounds of layoffs in about 6 weeks. They had to know. HR is your friend. HR pulled me into the office, asked me how my holidays were. I said good. We smiled. They told me be the change you want to see as I left the office. A couple days later they fired me. Unlimited vacation days really means minimal vacation days. Facts. So tough to use PTO days at my job. It's not even enjoyable. The work doesn't go away. I'm just pushing it off until I get back and it's piling up. It sucks. The next job promotion will pay you more. We are planning to expand. The future is bright. We can't give you that raise now, but just hang in there and your hard work will pay off. Your anonymous employee feedback surveys are 100% not anonymous. This should be a lot higher. They are a crock of shit. In our yearly survey, our manager got us all in a meeting, got all the comments that were given in the survey, and told us to solve them. The pay rate. I've taken so many sales jobs that promised the world. Didn't even exceed 80k. They'll quote the earnings of their top performers in the most lucrative territories. If you take this position, which is a ton more work, you will get a raise later. That your PTO was approved, then they say it wasn't. Got burned on this once by a manager's word. Never again. I get it in writing every time by email. We appreciate your hard work. Lol, my old boss told me that, and then 2 days later my check was $300 short. It's prohibited to talk with others about salary. In the UK it is a legal right that you absolutely can. Any employer that punishes you or tries to stop you is breaking the law. We have no plans to sell the company.